It's the only claim I can get, so I'll get it now. Pull you back. And let's take a closer look at Portugal, because they did... Oh man, no more marriage with Tunis. Gotta be careful. I gained a lot of aggressive expansion here. Let's make friendly while we can. An additional claim on you is going to cost 30, so we keep that going for a wee bit. And we'll just throw all of you in. We'll get this done double time. Thankfully, Soos have no forts other than their capital, and they're eating some peasant sandwich right now, but I'll take them down. Should be no big deal. Oh ho! A new heir to the throne, and he's not too shabby. Well, actually, it's a bit shabby, but still. We'll name you Kath Kitty. If you're wondering where these strange names come from, I do run a Patreon, and one thing that people get is their names used as generals and whatever else is appropriate. Right, our 2 siege should really help out here. But there's no need for everyone to... we don't take attrition on this anyway. Just take it down. We're kind of liking legalism these days, so let's go towards it. What was it? Let's just make doubly sure about that one. Yeah, legalism is where it's at. We cannot tolerate heretics. Missionary strength is nice as well, but... Oh, Morocco wouldn't get involved because of the massive debt I threw at them. But we should keep that in mind still. It's a good opportunity right there. I was about to say disease outbreak would slaughter some of these guys. I shouldn't have more than necessary. We'll just leave what we need to leave here. Cavalry are the most expensive to do so. 7,000, that way a disease outbreak won't hurt us. I know this is probably enough people to conquer Soos, but I'm not that greedy yet. Is it worth spending some of the 300 ducats to upgrade the natural port in Sevilla? You must have a decent amount of strength in that node, now that you control Tangiers. It's grown for sure, but the Castilians and the Portuguese have so much power that it's very difficult for me to oppose that. I also need to state this stuff first, so we'll consider it after the coring is done. But yeah, that's my only... Well, what I could do, since we're talking about options here, is if I get a mosque and more development in Granada... Ah, no, that's not what I thought. What was I thinking of? Ah, there we go. I can get a center of trade in Ceuta if I own it. But it is not. Also, what was that about Morocco? Oh, it must be owned by Morocco. Okay, I can either own it, or it can be owned by Morocco if they're my ally. That's kind of nice. I could help out my ally. But unfortunately, Morocco did not cut the mustard, so they are very dead. Would have been nice if Portugal had gone... all the Frenchies in my land. Would have been nice if Portugal had gone bankrupt. But they're still willing to help out Castile, and they're only slightly in debt. And those are exploration ideas, I see. Look at that. They're slicing up the Canaries with Castile. So they're going to get stronger and stronger, even without doing military campaigns. That's painful for me. What else is painful is my my money situation. Reinforcements, the armies themselves, state maintenance, fort maintenance. It's not free. Let's stop paying for you. I need to keep you because there's going to be rebels around and I will forget about them. Remove Soos. The colors are too similar. I'm working on it. Soos are the next target. Honestly, I'm making a mistake not declaring war on them right now, but I want this fort. Well, actually, crumbs, it would be super crappy if they were to score an alliance. I should just declare the war and be done with it, but I don't like being tied up like this. No Iberian wedding yet, right? Yeah. They got the double. So I know that I have a very powerful Iberia to fight. Face sitting has been has evolved in the Ottomans, right in the City of World's Desire, making it even more desirable. So we should probably stick pretty close. We've got a fairly young Elkhorn at the helm, so I won't marry you. You will marry me. Don't call me, I'll call you. We also have what we need to gain more claims on our friend here. Tell me about your development. It's all pretty good. Garb is what oh, they integrated their subject. That works out for me, actually. Less to worry about. Let's just get those claims, though. Because I want this Fez state, and I want this state. I claimed Sally. We're all gonna die. Okay, I can almost breathe easy, but not quite. Still a bit concerned at how much Tunis do not like me. I want to keep those relations fresh. Is it worth my time making more claims on Morocco? Probably. There's not much better to do with it. As soon as I'm in a position to declare war on Soos, I shall recall the spy on Morocco, and then declare war on Soos. I am a bit concerned about them getting an alliance, though. Why are they not allied with Castile? Threatened by Castile, fair enough. Come on now, it's not a difficult fort to take. Pilgrims are safe. Our efforts to protect subjects who seek to perform the pilgrimage have paid off. Good. Let's not have defensive edict. Not that it's actually doing anything right now, because it's not under our control, but I'd still rather not be paying for it. Treachery. CB on Soos, you say? That's a lot of prestige lost to eat, but eat it I shall. Those merchant guilds haven't paid their way for some time. I made the Alema too strong too early. Oh well. It was good for a mission at least. Levies from the Emir is an option, but yeah, I'm probably not going to be demanding anything out of them for some time. That extra manpower would go a reasonable way. We've got our fort back, no need to pay for it right now, and also probably a good idea not to have this automatically checked. I still want to keep Fez done. It's lowering the devastation amongst other things, and oh man, I am not doing well for prosperity, probably because we had such an awful ruler at the start for a long time. Right, let us march. Soos, we should give them no quarter. Get that, bring you home, declare the war, taking that province and everything you hold dear. And then once you're back, we shall maybe we should hold off in Figwig for a bit. I hope he doesn't have access through Morocco. He does not, so he only has one way to come. He's running away already, actually. That's fine by me. Your land is our land. So terrified of Iberia. Correct me if I'm incorrect, but that was also a fairly early union. Portugal's still getting claims on me. They could declare war and call in Castile. They would have the gumption. The Ottomans like me, but they could always like me more. Very slow at getting favours with them. I'm going to bump up your trust with me because I really want the Tunisians to stay by my side in the long term. Score the occupation here. No reason to dally on that. I'll take Soos while they just stare at me, and then I'll move along. They'll probably try to retake Soos, and then I'll get the combat advantage of defending in the Highlands, since I will have the I will have it myself. Don't know if I can sneak by them here. However, we are talking about a nice natural harbour. Downside is, of course, it's Safi. Who cares about Safi? It's kind of annoying that every penny I drag into Sevilla is something that benefits the Iberians more than me, but everything's proportional. I don't know if they'll just let me go through here, but I'll try my luck. I can always jump on it if they move on me. Nah, not happening. I mean, fair play to them. What are they going to do? Right, I was thinking about Granada, right? How about that mosque? I still need a bit of admin tech. Don't jinx, I'm that far behind when it comes to tech. How about institutions? It's growing because I'm a highly developed European city, but it's not growing here quite as much as I want it to. Did I just see Corfu own half of Achaia? Kind of. It was owned by Venice, but it seems like Corfu had their own ideas about that. Wait, what? They're still a subject of Venice, but they got Achaia? The madness never ends. The Ottomans are doing incredibly unreliably, and I'm a bit concerned about that, since they're my holy shield against the Iberians right now. A little terrifying. Yeah, they probably got a claim, and then they had an interaction where the Overlord Venice gave it to them. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I don't like this at all. Do you mind? Well, it's dry lands there. It's probably better for me to engage them, but tell you what, let's just forget this ever happened. I have a cunning plan, you see. They will never take these guys alive. They're not going to take them dead either, for that matter. Oh. Dare I say, ha ha. There we go, that's got them happily dislodged from the mountains. And then you're going to go in. You won't be able to take the mountains, you don't have the numbers for it. But Soos is now mine. We move back into Haha, they're probably going to go to Soos. And then we kick their arses. Kick their mum's arse, their dad's arse, their dog's arse. Or they're not going to come up north. Ah, there they go. As expected, into Soos they go, as soon as they're locked in. Which they are. Oh, poor Lithuania. In every sense of the word, poor Lithuania. Let's go and slaughter these guys. Since it's a fort and I occupy it, I will get the defender bonus. What a tragic day to be Soos. Shame it wasn't a mountain, then I'd get an even bigger bonus, but down they go. I feel like I'm forgetting something, like spying on Morocco. Ah, that's too little to even care about at this point. Chase them down, kill them, get everything else, and lay waste. That is the end of Soos. It's kind of tragic because Soos did so much for me here. Because of them going disloyal against Morocco and getting support for Castile, they gave me the opening I needed to disembowel my pale-faced friend. And now we come out with something regarding an edge. Tangiers is ours, of course, as is Tehuan. Basically, I can start stating up a whole load more here. We can only have 10 in total, but that's going to be plenty to encapsulate all of this. I'm really, really tempted to lower the autonomy of Tafilat so that I can get more out of it. That gold's worth gold to me. There we go, there's really no point in doing these occupations. We can just take it all, and I do mean it all. I don't see any reason to keep them alive either. The overextension's no big deal. and nobody will form a coalition against me. Also, Mazab is still on the chopping board. Their alliance with Morocco. I want them to keep the alliance so that I can lower my truce with them by several years. But not to the point where I'm going to pay off Moroccan debt. I mean, that would be giving back the money I fought so hard to take. Oh well, I mean, Morocco is a 1.5 war job anyway. Away you go, Soos. Thanks for playing. And now, if you see white up here, you know... Morocco, Granadan, Maghreb. Not far off, but our friendship wasn't that tight. I guess I'm never going to have that tech. Alright, back we go. And I should have the capacity for a few more units. I'll grab another cheeky unit. Well, I can't do Fez, it's not a core, but Melilla is. Get those dual infantry. Damn, that's nice. These borders are making me queasy, Jake. Finish off Morocco soon. I said the build spy network was a bit useless, but it's going to have to happen, right? In the interest of smooth borders, I'll have to take these two useless provinces, much as I don't want to. Don't think there's any way to do it that smoothly unless I kind of carve around here. Oh well. There we go. Well, Mazab, I could still beat them up for a laugh. But why? I mean, what do I get out of that? Unless I'm giving the land to Tuniz. Well, that's kind of what I want to do anyway, so I could just fight them, involve Tuniz, give it straight to Tuniz, and then everyone's happy. But there are a lot of rebels that want to rise up, and by a lot I mean quite a few. Things the Susians really want their independence. How dare they? This is kind of disgusting, but it's kind of good for me. It should become independent Tlemceni. I'll have a claim on it straight away, and then I will take it over. Simple. Gotta hand it to Lizard slaughtering people in the chat. That is what we're all... Christ, there's a lot of people viewing today. That's another thing I like about not streaming Grand Strategy. You know, we get at most like 300 people watching if it's a weekly one-shot or something else. Whenever it's Grand Strategy, you just flock in like flies to a... no, that's a bad analogy. Always like keeping it more intimate. Okay, this is highly acceptable, except for the Ottomans continuing to flabbergast me by getting smashed. Smashed by Venetians. It's not the Ottomans I know. Well, they did manage to send them packing, good job on that, but well, Skandenberg's doing God's work, even if he's not in charge at the moment. So, the Mazab question. I could take it, but I really don't want it. Them being allied with Morocco serves a decent strategic purpose for me, but I don't think it's decent enough. I should just go and kill them. These rebels aren't about to pop up anytime soon, unless I get particularly unlucky. State it all up that I can. It's a lot of states. Do I even have the capacity for this? It'll get a bit better when I elevate myself to a kingdom, but I'm only halfway there. Yeah, well, having all this stated is pretty good as it is. Well, maybe not the crap holes. But none of this is that crappy. North Africa was always said to be, you know, you don't want that land, it's rubbish, but it's not too shabby. I mean, sure, if you compare it to central Italy. Taffalat, that's the one we've got a core. So, the big question, do I reduce autonomy for loads of money? But it would also be a lot of Taffalati unrest. Don't like those Taffalatis. It's a good province, but that's a lot of unrest. Eat for a while. Alright, I want the money. Damn, that was almost a ducat a month just from that. I feel for Mazab, I really do. Oh, Tunis won't take their land because they're in debt. I'm not about to pay off that debt. The whole point of taking this was to give it straight to Tunis so they chill out a bit. So if that's not the case, then that's not going down. Fair enough, keep the relations sweet then. Good to check AE here. If I only have it with Tunis and Mazab, that's fine. Morocco's a non-entity as well. Good. Very good. Morocco having any form of fortification is not good, but if I surround it myself anyway, it's not that strategic for them. Yeah, the lack of the Berber hostile core and cost is, well, it's good news, right? Lose some inflation. Well, where'd all this inflation come from? Away you go. I think we owe that to Elkhorn. His great admin skills bringing us a long way here. Still haven't restored faith in the throne, though. His legitimacy could be better. And, whilst... Hold on, are you strong enough? No, claims... Heir claims stronger than 100. Is such a thing even possible? Hang on, I just got a CB or something and I completely missed it in my head. Yeah, see, Tunis would love to fight Portugal, but they would not love to fight Mzab. I could tell them to prepare for war, that would make them do it, but that is a terrific waste. I figured the Pope might be my way into Portugal, but no. No, Northern campaign is very difficult for me to do right now. They're all in each other's wallets. I did not develop Tafilat. Strange. I did not. Does it always start at 10 development? I don't know, but I'm pretty happy at what it is. Okay, France has kicked England off the mainland, but they have not rivaled Castile, which is a shame. It would have been good news for me. In fact, Castile are notably lacking in enemies. And they're very high up on the Great Power list. Are the neighbors testing? Oh, you can hear that. Yeah, I think they're dragging the dinner table upstairs. I was going to say a bit early for that, but it's approaching 5. What's Savoy up to that nobody wants to join in here? Swiss reconquest of... Holy Christ! That means the Ottomans are not going to join in. That is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous news for me. Very dangerous. The Ottomans are too exhausted in their war to join in. That's the only thing that could mean. I should try this just in case. And I already have that. Oof, and my fort wasn't paid for, and I don't have free access, and Castile have a whole load of friends, and I do not, and Tunis was in debt, but they should still help me out here. Oof. Their war exhaustion, their debt, their everything means that they will not accept this. And I can't ask them to prepare for war or anything. Yeah, this is terrifying. Welcome to Iberia. It's terrible. I can't think of anything I can do to magically get them on my side here. There's no immediate way for me to gain a whole load of diplomatic reputation. I mean, I wish there was, but there is not. Every time you need the Ottomans, they get useless. Ain't that just the case? Well, my good friend Tunis will help me out, but that's about as far as it goes. And technologically... Okay, none of them are on Tech 6, but they number in the many. Oof, this is pretty gash. Alright, well, what I can do immediately is stick on some defensiveness. Send them a gift or pay off their debt. I'm not a great power, so I can't pay off debt. If I could, then trust me, I would. A gift alone wouldn't help. They wouldn't pay it off immediately, so they would still not get that going. It's this retribution for the border goer, but oh, that sound always hurts. And seeing that the Portuguese are helping them out also hurts. That is a crying shame. I do not have the numbers to deal with them at all. And my navy is in grave danger immediately. Could you get over to Haha? I hate being kicked off the mainland, but that is almost certainly what they want. Ta! They want all of that. Give up all claims on Castile. And, yeah, they want a whole lot, don't they? It's a lot of claims to give up. Interestingly enough, they want all those claims. Now, I'm not about to just give up here, but I'm trying to see if I can mitigate some of the issues here. They are greedy, aren't they? Man alive. These guys have greed. They want concessions other than gold, they say. Alright, well, kind of good to know that I have ways out of this that don't involve losing everything, but what's not great is everything else about this. So, it's their conquest of Maria. They're going to get that no sweat, which means they're going to get ticking war score. 25 of it, and then some for all of this. If I destroyed my fort on Malaga, that would be less that they could claim in war score from holding all of this. But I really don't have the ability to kick their arses back. And damn, the Tunisian army is nothing. Oof, that is one big oof. What can I do? Queta's only highlands, I wouldn't be able to hold this on its own. I believe in you. If you can pull this, if you can pull off Hisn Kaifa in a 20-year Ottoman war, you can pull this off. It's a big difference between 20 years of war with the Ottomans and this. I have very little to fight with here. The Ottomans, their great betrayal. Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not seeing a victory here, but perhaps it'll appear in our darkest hour. Alright, sounds like a war for me to fight tomorrow, so I'm going to make a save here. That's right, save all the exciting parts for later. I'm going to take a break, probably grab some dinner myself, and be back with Anno in maybe about an hour and a half. Because I said I'd do EU and Anno. Great time to fake out and hide your great shame, Jake. I just want to be nice and well rested for this war against Iberians. There'll be a way to defeat them. Yeah, maybe. No, not coming from me. Alright, so I shall be back very soon. And this campaign, we'll keep it going pretty regularly throughout the weekdays as well. I know I've been pretty bad with the EU streaming lately. Yeah, months in fact, but we're back because I gave it time for that itch to develop into a rash, and we'll be all the better for it. So until just a little while later, cheers and cheerio.